explained from a rational scientific perspective?
We've seen, yes, and a lot of it has to do with people getting better, miraculously better. You see things where cases of cancer, because that's kind of what I do is oncology, but where patients should be very sick, should be dying, and magically don't. Now, you can always say, oh, this is medicine, or, this treatment was so good, and it's true, there is medicine, there is treatment involved. But, having seen the number of cases that we see of certain things, you learn that things like that aren't always going to happen or even supposed to happen. And when they do, they kind of are eye-catching. And so, I think working in this field kind of gives you a glimpse of things that are pretty extraordinary. And I would say things like that happen on a yearly basis. We see stuff that we just can't explain, as smart as doctors and scientists think we are, that, we just look at it and we're like, I have no idea, no clue.
So just friend to friend, at the end of the day, you leave here, you've had an unusual experience that you can't explain. How do you kind of unpack that when you get home? I mean, how do you kind of rationalize the experience?
It's really interesting. So with this job comes a lot of death, and a lot of sick patients, and then these small bright points, and you kind of learn to balance that out. And I think the one thing that helps, it's given me a perspective that I don't think I would have had otherwise, of just every day being important. And so the way that I deal with it is, you're lucky to have the day that you have.
Yeah.
Be grateful about that, and not about paying this bill or whatever. So it really kind of gives you a perspective over the whole thing, but it also lets you know that we don't know anything about, what goes on inside our bodies, why we're here, what happens. And so it makes you feel kind of small sometimes, if you know what I mean, where you come home and you're just like, okay, I was a passenger in all of that stuff today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So
what do you think, just personal opinion, what do you think happens when you die?
So I am religious, and I do believe in an afterlife. And, so hopefully there's a nice afterlife, probably not so nice afterlife. And I think, based on the weight of your character, you end up one way or the other. I guess that's, there's so much that we have in this universe that's, to me, unexplainable by just pure science, and I am a scientist, that I think there has to be some kind of divine intervention one way or the other. So I think along with that comes afterlife. What that's composed of, who knows, right? Heaven, hell, rebirth. I mean, all of it to me is fine and fair. But I like that idea a lot better than blank nothingness too, which, could be out there. But I hope not, and I don't think it is.
Have you heard any of the stories, or maybe personally experienced a patient that was pronounced clinically dead, but then miraculously came back to life and had a reckoning or recall of that experience?
Not personally, no. My job, fortunately for my sanity, is not around a lot of the patients as their end of life. I do think that if you talk to a lot of colleagues that I have, that they've experienced things like that. That they've maybe not clinically dead, but just really near death, and then they have moments of lucidity where, people wake up and they start saying, well, I saw this, or I felt this. That's a pretty common, I felt this feeling. Maybe it's not something that they can describe visually. That does happen. And so, whether that's the brain slowly closing down and firing off signals that we don't know how to understand, that could be part of it, possibly. Whether it's, you're dying and you're glimpsing into the afterlife and your body pops back around for a couple minutes before it does finally expire, could be another explanation. I think all of those things are valid, and that, if you probably went around and asked enough people, you'd get a good sampling of both.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dr. Quick, I really appreciate your time today. And again, thank you for agreeing to take a look at our samples and
Yeah.
let us know.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank
Happy
you.
to do it.